And we're back.
Howdy.
You guys like our new uniforms?
Yeah.
We're changing it up this year. Decided in 2024, this is what we're doing now. Hats and polos.
Oh, shit.
Woo, that coffee's way hotter than the one I had last week. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Stupid.
Episode 89. This is right up your alley.
Little orphan.
I bet the next 10 slides are some of our projects.
Some of our.
I
Get
feel like
outta here.
sometimes, I mean, our customers sometimes feel orphaned, right? Because we have to wait so long from the utility.
Yeah.
Like getting the utility to just do anything takes forever.
Oh my God. And
I
some
feel-
cities.
I feel orphaned sometimes. Yeah, and some of the cities is like, oh,
Communication. It's all about communication. You got to touch them, even if you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
well, I mean, we had one customer was like, he called our one of our sales guys, and he came to me. He was like, "Hey, what's going on with this? Why isn't the designs ready?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Well, how long's it been?" He's like, "It's been 2 weeks." I go, "Okay, well, how's that compared to our solar timeline?" "Well, I don't know." I go, "Okay, stand by. Print you out a new one."
Right.
Hand it to him. He goes, "Well, this says site surveys should be done in a week. We do those in 3 days at least." I go, just because we can beat it doesn't mean we have to change the entire timeline. We want to
Right.
set those customer expectations.
Right.
Have you set those customers' expectations? Well, I thought that it would be done faster. Well, that's what the customer thinks
If
as
you
well.
don't tell them,
and
yep.
that's why we created a solar timeline so that we can manage those expectations. Why are we not working off the expectations?
Yep.
Oh.
And we have a board.
Because he wants to do it faster. So do I.
Everybody wants to do it fast.
Right. No, right. I don't want to sign a contract and be like, I want to take as long as possible because I don't like getting paid.
Right.
I want to wait till the last minute till I'm like, bankruptcy court. Let's
And
send the
then
bill.
Finish it up and
Right.
invoice.
Yeah. I'm like, geez. All right. No, wouldn't be ours in here.
This is probably not what it's about.
Oh, okay. So you're right. It's not like, what is an orphan solar system? Well, I'll tell you, there is. Let me just check the next slide. Yeah, okay. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of orphan solar systems all over the world. A lot of scenarios where the contractor goes out of business, where they didn't even intend to ever hook it up. It's put on the roof incorrectly, and they take the money and run.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that for as many people as they possibly can in this 3-month time period.
Yep.
3 to 6 months, because that's about the longest the solar system could take, right? Give or take. I mean, I've seen some go longer depending on, AHJs changing their codes in the middle of a project, where they went from one code book at the plan set review and then changed to a new code book and was like, nope, we got to change that.
Yeah.
And it starts the whole process over again.
Some of these companies are using, or taking advantage or using the leniency of some of these finance organizations for solar, right? Where some of them have really specific pictures, documentation that you have to turn in before that finance company will fund a contractor, right? Some of them just don't give a shit.
Right.
Right.
They're like, give me a 570 credit score and an address. We'll throw money at you.
We'll throw money at you, yeah. And so these companies, they're going out there and they're just getting as many of those as they can, sending in pictures from previous jobs so that they get paid for some of it's bad.
It's because they're real estate.
And then they just leave.
They're not finance companies. They're real estate companies just trying to get all those liens, in place.
Right, yeah.
Oh, like here's a list of solar companies that went bankrupt in 2023 in Arizona.
Yep.
I mean, some of these companies have footprints in other markets.
Yeah. Some of these companies are bigger companies that, were nationwide and doing work everywhere, and they had to close everything, and other ones just got out of Arizona.
Well, the solar industry is a pretty shitty industry. It's got, fly-by-night salespeople knocking on doors, unlicensed quote unquote contractors. It's like you're a licensed contractor. Like if you're a contractor, you're licensed. If you're not, there's no such thing to me as an unlicensed contractor. You're just a thief.
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of these companies out there that are just thieves, and they go in and then they find the lowest guy that'll do it for them, and they'll fly by night. They'll hire electricians that they can get them like $2 installs. Use them once until the installer goes like, no, this isn't enough.
Yeah.
Because it's not. And if you think it is, you better change your mind, because there's never going to be any money. If there's never any money for the contractors, it's not an industry that's going to last.
No.
ADT pulled out of ADT shut down like 16 of their 20 locations. Mm-hmm. Interest rates are a big thing right now. The economy's not. Solar's a luxury.
Yeah.
You know, solar's a luxury, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually told you, but SRP reached out to me last week and asked if we could help on Orphan solar systems, because they have all these companies that were helping their clients, right, the SRP customers, that orphan these solar systems that either aren't on or need service, or they just left these customers hanging. And SRP reached out to me last week and said, hey, can you help us with this?
I mean,
absolutely.
We're here. We're going to help you. You're going to pay us to do that.
100%.
Like, we're going to get paid to help you, but we're here. We're going to help you. It's only a matter of time. I was telling my team on Monday, you know, I tell them all the time, it's only a matter of time before every electrician, before every electrical contractor does solar. Right now we're in that, even though solar's been around for a long time, like it's been an what's the word I'm looking for? It's, you know, it's been a product that you could use in multiple facets, right? NASA used it for years. Like, it's been around a long time. It's still in its infancy as far as being an industry standard for a residential homeowner.
For sure. Yeah, the industry is still pretty young, and I think that's why it's going through some of these issues that it's going through. Sooner or later, someone will figure out that this is what's causing the issues. Let's fix this industry.
Right.
And they'll start.
But eventually, every electrician will do it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a standard on every building. And if they're not, they're losing, right? They're losing. And once that becomes standard in our industry, we'll hopefully lose some of those fly-by-night sales arms that jump from fucking low-hanging fruit to low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know, alarm systems.
Well, you just think about ADT.
Windows and blinds. Yeah, like, ADT. Yeah, exactly.
Like, a ton of those fly-by-night salespeople came from the security industry. Those home security systems.
Right.
Like, they're just selling something to sell something.
And you know why they were successful? Is because people wanted to put a security system to keep door knockers away from their house. You know, like when was the last time you needed to buy something that you were like, I hope somebody knocks on my door this week? Like, it doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Gone are the days of the fucking ice cream truck or the Schwans.
I will tell you that I had the doors
I mean,
open.
Schwann's still around, but like nobody's knocking on your door selling steaks or anything like that.
Anything you want, really. I did. I had the screen door shut, but the door was open because it's nice, right? It's nice out this time of year. This was last week too, and someone walked up, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to talk to this person." And she just dropped a hanger, like one of those things. She didn't even say anything to me. She like looked right at me on the inside of that thing and just threw it into my door and left. But it was for a landscaper, and I was like, yeah, I could probably use a landscaper if I don't want to do this myself.
That's the most junk I get left on my property is landscaping.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's the tactic. That's the method, the landscape business card.
Make a mess in someone's front yard so you can clean up the mess in somebody's front yard.
Yep. All right, let's check out the next slide. Let's see.
What happens to manufacturer warranties on the Orphan system?
Well, I mean, if they're a manufacturer that's still in business, the warranty's still there.
Still there.
Typically, the manufacturer's warranty doesn't even start until you have permission to operate. You know, because a manufacturer's going to warranty a panel for 25 years or production for 25 years. But that's like at the start, like once it's installed
Yeah.
and on, right? How many years did it sit in storage somewhere? Solar, not so much, right? Because it
Yeah,
changes
it
so
moves
often.
a little bit, yeah.
But like once it's turned on and installed and permission to operate, that's kind of the green tag, right?
Yeah.
Is also the green tag for the manufacturer to say, hey, okay, this system is in use.
Well, it's about the only way that you're going to let the manufacturer know that the system has been installed, other than going onto their website and filling out, the information as far as their warranty for that specific manufacturer. So they start when the system gets turned on, or when you fill out the information that your system is on. So,
but you want to be clear as far as what the manufacturer requires for that product to be under warranty. Does it need regular maintenance? Does it need to have monitoring? Does it need to be cleaned? These are the things that people forget. So you get a guy knocking on your door selling you, oh, it's going to work for 25 years. You don't even have to touch it. Just sit back, relax, and doesn't need to be cleaned. Doesn't like squirrels. I don't care about squirrels. Like nobody, like that's the problem, is none of these systems are being maintained. You buy a $60,000 solar system, just like you buy a $60,000 vehicle, you got to take that shit to the mechanic. You got to do oil change. You got to wash the windows. You got to check the air time. Like, why are people just thinking they can set this shit up right in the direct sun and set it and forget it?
Everything else that sits in direct sun for any long period of time, especially here in Arizona, just gets destroyed.
Right, including your car.
Including your car.
And you need a new paint job, new batteries, like all those things.
That's
like,
what it was designed for, right? It was to sit in direct sun. But yeah, you definitely want to take care of it. You just spent $60,000 on it. Like, why wouldn't you want to take care of it?
Or $15,000.
Or 15, yeah.
Right.
So.
But you get you wanna maintain it.
Yeah.
But then the cost of maintenance, and then it doesn't pay back as fast. Well, that's true. Sometimes if that's all you're looking at is direct cost and payback, that's true. But there is a payback. And anytime there's a payback, it's worth doing.
Boom.
What do I do if I buy a house that already has solar, Marcus? I know what I would do.
You know what you would do? First step, inspection.
Yes, inspection.
Yeah. Have us come out and look at it.
Yep.
Figure out if there's anything that needs to be maintenance, if there's anything that needs to be fixed, make sure it's running properly. Just have us come look at it. We do inspections all day.
Make sure it's working properly. And even like when people are buying houses, the home inspectors don't know what to do. So like I said, solar is so new, home inspectors aren't even knowing what to look for.
And half the time, the people that you bought the house from don't have the information about the solar system.
Right.
We can go and get the information for the solar system.
Right.
Or we can
create you a new packet for solar information.
Yeah.
Which really all that information is included in our inspection.
Yep. So.
That's it. Don't let your solar become orphaned.
Later.
See you next time.